Jury duty is direct participation in our democracy.
I'm not the one deciding the case, the jury is, and I always respect their verdict whether I agree with it or not.
Judges only decide issues of law. Juries decide the outcome of the case.
In order for the law to have the respect of the citizenry, it's important that the citizenry be a part of that decision-making process.
Think about what it is. It's called a jury of your peers. Because who better to judge you than people who have walked a mile in your shoes?
It gives the system legitimacy. We are all invested in it. It is your system, my system.
If it's done in a fair way, no one can assail it.
Our founding fathers put the right to a jury trial in the Declaration of Independence and embodied it in the Bill of Rights. There was a reason. It is fundamentally important.
And the reason we stand in the courtroom when you enter, it's in recognition of the most critical role that you play.
Most jury trials take less than 3 days. It could be a one-day trial, but more likely 2 to 3 days.
There are obviously exceptions. Those are the ones you read about in the paper that may last for a week or more.
You're always warned in the selection process how long the case is expected to take, so that there are no surprises.
You should take very seriously your obligation to serve on a jury, unless you cannot be fair-minded and impartial.
Can you fairly and impartially hear the evidence, the arguments of the parties, follow the law as set forth in the Constitution or the statutes, and apply it without bias or prejudice to one side or the other?
You ask whether they have any perceptions about the justice system that would make it impossible for them to be fair and impartial.
What a jury does, in the most basic sense, is determine credibility, assess situations.
We live in a system where no one could be deprived of life, liberty, or property without consulting the citizens, you, directly.
They're not choosing sides. They're sitting there as arbiters of justice, just as I am. Only they get to decide the facts, which I tell them only they can do.
It's a collective process, right? We have an amazing system where 6 or 12 jurors have to agree unanimously. But in order to get there, they need to discuss the issues.
In the jury instruction, there's a section at the end where I talk a little bit about civility, that it is important to be respectful to each other, to listen carefully to each other's views.
The things that I remind others is that you want to treat others as you want to be treated. You want your viewpoint to be heard in the jury room, then it's incumbent upon you to listen to the opposite viewpoint as well.
They care, they're engaged, they pay attention, they deliberate, and they reach a verdict. And that is a wonderful process that I think is a very important process of our civil way of life.
I believe that it's really important for citizens to be engaged and to participate.
The jury pool should reflect the community at large.
A lot of people have the perspective that somehow there's only a certain elite group of people who are called to the courthouse to participate in the jury process. That's not true.
So many of us want an opportunity to serve our community. We don't know how we can do it. Well, this is a fundamental way that you can ensure our democracy is vibrant and effective, is by jury service.
And it is imperative that we reach out and that we make these communities know this is your courtroom. This is your legal system, both as a defendant and as a victim. And you must participate in order for it to be fair.